Let AI handle the heavy lifting, but always keep humans in the loop to ensure that every decision makes sense in the real world.
You're listening to 15M Mastery, a show that empowers you with insights from the leading iGaming experts to enhance your personal or business performance. The show is brought to you by tech-driven affiliate and media company Already Media, and supported by the AI-powered data analytics platform Blask. Yo Investments, a fund manager investing in outstanding people who are disrupting the iGaming, fintech, and crypto industries. And BC Game, the multi-award-winning crypto casino with a player-centric approach. Hello and welcome back to 15M Mastery. Today we got Max Tesla, the CEO and co-founder of Blask. He's back with us. In today's episode, we're going to explore how to build a business that increases its productivity by implementing AI. Welcome, Max.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the podcast, Dima. Thank you.
So when looking to replace human tasks with AI, and I believe a lot of people super worried about it, so I cannot wait to hear your answer here. How do you choose where to start? Which processes typically bring the best returns when automated?
It's like, you start by asking one simple question. What's draining your team's energy and wasting the time? Just look at the tasks that make people sigh, roll their eyes, and procrastinate. Those are the gold mines for automation. Well, for us at Blask, it was things like, data extraction from regulatory PDFs, multilingual regulatory PDFs. You know, those like monstrous reports with 50 pages of tiny tables no one wants to touch. AI doesn't care. It trips through them in seconds. And there is also market benchmarking where AI compares competitors and flags insights just in a streamlined way. So you can actually spend time strategizing and not spreadsheeting. In terms of measuring it, like the ROI on this stuff is sometimes ridiculous because you save hours, cut errors, and suddenly your team is spending their time on work that actually matters. And the best part is that AI doesn't need coffee breaks or it never complains about Mondays.
Yeah, I think that's a dream of like a hardcore managers willing to build like a superpower, non-sleeping, not drinking, not resting team. So
Not as perfect yet. Needs
yeah.
supervision still.
Okay, so after picking which tasks AI should handle, how do you build the right team to make it? Which experts, from data scientists to industry professionals, who do you need?
Building an AI team isn't about throwing a bunch of data scientists into a room and hoping for the best. It's like assembling a band, musical band. Each member plays a unique role, and when they work together, music happens. Sometimes magic happens. You've got your data scientists, the virtuosos who create the models, train them, and experiment with the cutting edge stuff. Then you need engineers, the ones who take those models and make them work in the real world without breaking everything. And let's not forget domain experts. These are the folks who make sure that AI actually understands the business and not acting like a stochastic parrot. At Blask, we've nailed this balance. Teams don't just build cool algorithms, they collaborate constantly to solve real problems. And it's like symphony where everyone knows their part and the result is AI that actually delivers value.
Thanks a lot, Max. And I think I mentioned that a lot of people are really worried about AI is taking over their jobs. Like, do you think there are like new roles actually people should be prepared for? Which skills and mindsets will matter the most when working alongside AI systems?
Yeah, well, uh, I'm not sure that AI can be seen as a threat to job security. Let's be honest, when people hear AI automation, the first thought is like, yeah, well, am I about to be replaced? Okay, it's a legitimate fear, and brushing it off only makes things worse. Uh, if Blask were actually tackle this with like head on with transparency and mostly empowerment. We show teams exactly how AI is going to make their lives easier. And instead of spending hours of mind-numbing tasks, they'll just have time to focus on high value of work. We also invest a lot heavily in upskilling, giving employees the tools to work smarter alongside AI. The result, morale actually goes up when people see AI as a partner, not a threat. They realize they're not being replaced, they're being elevated. And honestly, who doesn't want just a little help from a tireless, error free assistant? Everybody, I guess.
I think it raises actually a lot of questions about privacy, fairness, and job losses as the result. I know that you kind of said that AI can be a great companion, and you guys at Blask are doing this. But how do you make sure that your AI tools they stay ethical, they follow the rules, and while this all happens, while they change the way how people work these days?
Yeah, that's a good question. Replacing human tasks with AI raises ethical and operational questions. For sure, questions around data privacy, fairness, and even job displacement. Let's start from ethics. Ethics and AI, it's not the most glamorous topic, but ignore it and you are playing with fire because Blask with build a system that puts responsibility front and center. First, transparency is non-negotiable. Yes, if an AI model makes a decision, we need to know exactly how and why. Second, we run bias audits constantly because no one wants an AI that makes unfair or harmful choices. As a company, actually, that develops AI, we can see lots of examples like this, even on the API of top tier leading models like Gemini right now, because we can see within the model response if there is harmful content, something that contains hate speech, something that contains or not contains pornography inside, all of this, like talks about weapon, talks about drugs, all of this. For sure, the industry right now is about having like huge companies like Anthropic, like Google, OpenAI. It's all about having airtight data privacy protocols, especially since you operate in regulated markets where one slip up could just it could just cost you everything. And right now we can see that Meta is not going to Europe. If you're in Europe, you cannot use Llama and you cannot use Sora because of the strict regulations over the scene. And finally, let's not forget the human side because preparing teams to the shift to AI means addressing concerns about job displacement heads on. And ethics isn't just about compliance, I think it's about building trust with your employees, your customers, and even with your AI.
I love it, Max. I think not many people are actually thinking about it, but it leads me to another possible problem about the standards of our work, especially like, us two. we're crazy about the quality of work. And while you start injecting AI into your workflow, how do you maintain high standards? Because we've all seen these like images with six fingers. We've all seen these crazy hallucinations when AI is coming up with something which never existed in the history of humanity. The question is, which safety measures ensure AI performs as well or even better than human teams, and how do you implement it?
Yeah, well, I'll try to answer on what checks or safeguards ensure AI meets and ideally exceeds the level of performance that previously delivered by human teams. Because I think that the idea that AI magically gets everything right is a fantasy. It's impossible. Yeah, well, we know better, which is why we've built, let me call this the multi-layered quality controls to keep standards highs. For sure, there's automated validation where AI agents cross-check each other, like imagine of something that extracts data from somewhere, and then the result of this extraction goes to another agent that acts as a judge, as a really strict judge. And when there is some discrepancies being found by that agent, then we've got the human in the loop approach, the human oversight. Yes, humans still have a job here. They provide the context and judgment that AI cannot. And finally, we retrain models regularly based on supervised learning approach and the active learning approach with fresh data to make sure they are always up to speed and up to date. I remember the tweet like a couple of months ago before Christmas from Andrei Karpathy on the topic that people think of Ask AI and AI assistant of the magic black box where the magic happens, but they don't realize they actually have a conversation with the data miner, the data labeler that walked that path years ago. Like, well, if you were asking ChatGPT on what are the best places to visit in Amsterdam, there was a data miner that probably asked Google for this like a couple of years ago during the training phase. And yeah, that hybrid approach, AI plus human expertise, doesn't just meet expectations. That's right now the state of the industry. The secret is simple. You can trust, but you always have to verify. Let AI handle the heavy lifting, but always keep humans in the loop to ensure that every decision makes sense in the real world.
Awesome. Thanks a lot for your insights and your time, Max. I think this has been one of the most principle-driven AI episodes I think ever recorded in the history of iGaming. Thanks a lot for it.
Thank you.